Okay, not to sound like the coastal liberal elitist that I am, but I really love the arts, and not just podcasting, but like the real arts, theater, music, film, painting. I don't know, you name it. I like it. It nourishes the soul. I actually really believe that, which is why I have some serious choice words for people who perennially try to gut arts funding at the federal level, and who this coming January will once again have the power to do so. Look, I understand that the arts can't pay for your medication or turn into food to feed your family or gas to fuel the car, but that doesn't mean that they are not important. The National Endowment of the Arts tends to receive about $200 million yearly, and it helps fund educational arts programs all over the country for people of all ages. It helps fund museums, state-run art projects, and grants for amazing people doing like amazing things. Or how Elon Musk's Doge department would put it, a bunch of total crap. My words, but I'm sure he'll say something similar or worse. I don't know. Just take my advice and go to the Smithsonian while you can. This is Choice Words. I'm Samantha Bee. My guest today is the incredibly funny and thoughtful Taran Killam. You know Taran from SNL, Single Parents, and the new show High Potential. What you might not have known is that Taran went to the Los Angeles County High School for the Arts, which incredibly is a public school that helps students of all backgrounds prepare for a career in the creative arts. I can't imagine being that young and knowing exactly what I wanted to do, but we are so lucky that Taran did. And I hope the arts continue to exist for generations to come. So take a listen and make good choices. Oh my God, it's really nice to see your face.
It's great to see you. Yeah.
Oh,
I
boy.
was genuinely thinking of you within the last month because I just finished doing some musical theater in DC, which is the last place we were together in person.
That is right. I
And it was lovely.
know.
Yeah.
And I feel like I probably should apologize. I think I did on the day. I should apologize again for my dad, his behavior toward you and your beautiful wife were
Oh,
just unconscionable.
no.
Really.
Apologizing
Oh,
for dads is like
okay.
literally, I learned to do that before I could walk.
I was just telling my producers before we joined together that yesterday I recorded a podcast in like a rented studio in Times Square.
Lovely.
And I was a little late getting there because of traffic and whatnot. But just before I arrived, Jordan Peterson and Dr. Oz had been recording a podcast in the room right next to where I was going to be.
So good vibes.
Good vibe. They left behind such an aura.
You're like, wait, don't go.
Don't go.
Let's
I wanna
hang.
yell at you. Feminist things to both of you.
Let's
before
meet
you
up at
leave.
Del Frisco Grill after this.
Oh my God.
That was
But
the first
it's
Times
fine.
Square restaurant I could think of that like would make them happy.
They
Yeah.
love it there.
Like
They're
Olive Garden is too like low shelf probably.
they get a lot of free apps at Del Frisco's. Like people
Exactly.
bring out dancing shrimp or whatever. They're just like, you know what?
It's the new
Here's-
dancing shrimp from Del Frisco Grill.
Here's just like a family style Nona's garlic bread and
Yes,
just a bunch of appies.
This is why I love coming here.
Just keep
why-
coming back.
I love arguing against vaccines.
Listen, we're going to talk about choice. And we're going to talk about all these things. We're going to like launch all of that. But
Sweet.
I do think it's pretty funny that when we were together in DC, it was like for my big special event and you played a conservative comedian. And I just want to thank you for setting the stage for all the conservative comedians to take over
Sure.
and truly
Yeah,
change our
I
world
made it
for the better.
Again, I was like, yeah, Hinchcliffe, watch this.
This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez feet.
Yeah.
Check me out.
Exactly. No, I unfortunately have been cursed in this era I live in with like bland white conservative man face. So
Oh no.
at least it's topical.
It is very topical. Okay, so you were just doing, what was the show that you were doing in DC? Were you doing Spam-A-Lot? Spam-A-Lot?
Spam-A-Lot. No, that was in New York. This was
Okay.
Putnam Spelling Bee, which
Oh,
was equally joyful.
that's joyful.
It was so fun. It was really a great show,
great.
great cast, great facility. Love the Kennedy Center.
It's
Had
beautiful.
never performed there before.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was good vibes. It was good vibes, and was very honored and privileged to do 2 White House tours, which felt significant. And now I blame myself.
You did.
Or, like,
Oh no. We're just
if I
all finger
just
pointing.
hadn't put my stink inside of that building, then maybe it would have all worked out. No,
Did they
it
show
was
you-
nice. It was,
Did they show you cool things
Yeah.
inside that? Oh,
They did. We saw, me and my youngest child really loved Joe Biden's moon rock. He has a piece of moon rock in the Oval Office, and that felt
That's special.
really special, really cool. Like, that was in space, and now it's here, and now we're here. I got to see the bowling alley that Richard Nixon put in. That was cool.
That's cool.
And I love the movie theater mostly just because I love going to movies. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do in the world. And the movie theater chairs that they have in the White House sort of screening theater are some of the most comfortable chairs I've ever sat in my life.
I've never been in that room. How many chairs? Is it like for a large group?
I'm going to say, let's see. I'm going to say that there was probably 10 per row. I'm going to say 100 chairs.
Oh,
100
wow.
chairs. It's long. It's narrow, but it's long.
Okay.
And what blew my mind, and this is where the podcast gets really exciting,
Yes.
is I talk about the mechanics of the chair. In that
No,
these
I
were
want to hear it. It's
good.
important.
Then buckle up, because believe
Okay.
it or not,
Yep.
the White House movie theater chairs are just simple string, like spring mechanics. Like, there's nothing. It's just like coiled iron that
Okay.
holds your weight. So there's a little bounce, but really strong, solid support.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I just,
nice.
that was by far the most impressive thing. from
You know
my
what?
White
No,
House tour.
I like it. No, I like it because you want to feel held,
Yes.
but you don't want people falling asleep during your screenings.
This is
at
right.
the
So
White
bounce
House.
them back up. Hey, focus.
Focus,
Wicked's on the
focus.
screen.
Like, we're watching Wicked. You can't fall. The president is here. Do not fall asleep during.
Arrivo deserves your respect.
She does. It's a very long movie, and you need to keep those eyes snapped open.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet.
I
Have
haven't
you
either.
seen it?
And we're going tonight.
Oh, you're going tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. You have 2 daughters. Do I have this correct?
This is correct. And my
Okay.
oldest is attending a Sweet 16 slumber party. So she's missing out on the family viewing of Wicked.
Okay.
And she's not happy about it, to be honest.
No, I could understand that.
There was
I
an
can
extra
understand that.
scoff. There's an extra, you're still going to go?
You can't, but I'm not.
Don't
Present.
worry. Yeah,
you-
we're going to go. Sorry.
Okay. And your youngest is like all in.
Yeah, very
Okay.
excited.
I did read an article this morning about how like everyone's singing along during the screenings and people are really angry.
Furious. Yeah. Because for every musical theater prodigy, there is
There's a Sam
infinity
Bee.
bad singers.
Infinity bad. But reaching for it
And
so
feeling it, and
agonizing. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm a big musical theater nerd,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my first love, and so I do understand. It's that thing where like I understand, and I love a big movie musical, and I
Mm-hmm.
understand that soundtrack and like what it means to people and being
Mm-hmm.
motivated. And part of what I love about musical theater is that singing is such a vulnerable thing.
Yes.
It's such a and not everybody can do it inherently.
Mm-hmm.
But it accesses something that just feelings can't, singing gets to a deeper
Yes.
feeling sometimes. So
It does.
I understand.
I do think it's maybe like everybody could just give it like 3 weeks of just regular people,
Yes.
just treating it like a movie.
Absolutely,
And
yes.
then they go like, okay, Wicked Unleashed. And
Yes.
you can just bring your whole heart.
That is 100% the right move. And if Universal was smart, they would advertise that. But I don't know if they're spending any money on Wicked advertising. So
Yeah, I don't know. They seem to have a really low, it's a kind of a low budget picture,
I haven't
and they
heard
don't
much
seem
about
to have an appetite for it. I don't know. I'm just over here eating green cake pops and green literally everything. It's this and it's Gladiator 2, and that's my whole life for
That's
the
it.
next
That's it. And that's the world
foreseeable
we live
future.
in. That's the,
100%.
either
Oh my
or,
God.
never the twain shall meet. They are mutually
Never.
exclusive.
They are. They are. I'll be singing along during Gladiator 2. To the soundtrack of my life, to the music in my head. And I hope everyone enjoys it.
And oh, so far away. Are you not entertained?
Listen, I think people are going to really respond to my offerings. What a joy. What joy I'm going to bring this holiday
Such
season.
joy.
I
Such
need
joy.
it.
Bringing worlds together.
Okay. So we've already talked for 100 minutes.
Oh, no, it
I don't
flew
want
by.
to talk about any of the things I was supposed to talk to you about are
My
all
fault.
out. Okay,
My
it's your
fault.
So we do talk about big choices on this show because I do like to kind of know about like choices big and small that have just like impacted you in ways you might not, I wouldn't know about. Are you good at making big decisions for yourself? Like I have such a look on my face that's like, ugh, are you
one of
good at-
those? Are you a
Are
chooser?
you a decisive person who chooses smartly? Ugh. But are you?
I am decisive, certainly. Good decisions, no, that's very questionable.
Okay.
But I would say like into my 40s now, some of the work we're doing is like take a moment. Pause, reflect, think about how your assuredness of this situation might not be the best objective choice for all involved.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not one to him and haw, certainly. Like I never have been, but I do not see that as an asset. I think as a younger man, maybe I did. I was like, no, I got it. I got
I don't
this.
think I know. I think
I'm
I know
doing
what
it
I'm
the
doing.
right way, everybody. And the beautiful design of life has certainly humbled me to be like, huh, okay.
Oh, all right.
So it doesn't all center around me, and this isn't the Truman Show for Taran where everything is designed and laid out for things to happen the way I want them to. Or I think for sure still what has happened now, the best that I've evolved is like when I feel certain about something that feels insignificant, the most decisive person in the world. Like, nope, that's not the snack we should buy.
Oh, good. That's
when
good.
it's more significant, when it feels like there's going to be real, impact for my family's life, it's like, I don't know. Let's think about it. Let's or what do you think? A lot more listening.
It's different when you have kids.
Yes.
That kind of changes the whole. That alters the narcissism in a way. You're like, oh wait, other people get a say.
Yes,
What?
I don't know if this is the same for you, but it feels like I like constructed two little mirrors to go like, oh wait, that's what it's like when you're 14 years old and assertive and think that you know it all.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my kids are teaching me skincare.
Yeah, yes.
What?
I
and
have
they think they think I'm so stupid.
so stupid. So like, oh God, like I am a project to them.
Yes, to be fixed.
Yes,
To be fixed. Yes.
So for sure, the children, like it changes everything because obviously you're. I think if you're a healthy parent, which I think we both seem to be, the priorities shift and you go like, I don't matter the most. They now matter the most.
I don't think we matter at all. Actually, I don't think that we matter in the least.
I'm clocking that too. I'm clocking that as well.
Have your kids ever looked at you and just like looked at you really intensely and said something like, have you ever thought about trying moisturizer? Like, has that ever occurred to you? And you're just like,
I wonder, I don't think my kids are as forward with me in that way. Like I would almost appreciate real information. I'm left in this sort of like nebulous, like, oh, Dad. Or like,
Aw.
that's cute.
Oh, you thought that looked good.
Huh.
That's sweet.
For
How
you.
naive.
Yeah, for you. And that happens a lot because my
Mhm.
wife is the best person I know, stunning. I'm so lucky that she's the thing I'm luckiest in life for with at.
Mhm.
Um, and she's quite fashionable. And so like dress up. I never feel more dismissed than having to go to some sort of like fancy work function where
Oh, yeah.
Kobe comes down in a stunning dress and like I have hired I have hired a stylist to help guide me in a direction where it's like, yep, we're both equally as fancy. And my two girls are just like, Dad.
Aw, this is so fun. It's so funny
Oh,
how
yeah,
bad you are
exactly.
at
You're the
this.
funny one, Dad.
You
Yeah, I get it.
Oh,
I
that's
get the
good.
joke.
Good joke. Good joke. Brown shoes. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really funny.
exactly. A bow tie. Huh, that's funny.
Is there a big like a big swing, like a big choice you think of when you think about a big one, like a
Ooh,
big one that
the
caused you
yeah, I kind of do. I have like the one,
Oh,
which was early on in life, which was in high
mhm,
school. It
okay.
was the summer before my sophomore year of high school.
Mhm,
Um, and I mean, speaking of like going back to child musical theater performers, like I was
mhm.
a unsuccessful kid actor from a pretty young age, but my mom encouraged me to audition for the arts high school here in LA called
Oh,
LOXA, which is the acronym for LA County High School of the Arts. And it wasn't something that I necessarily sought out, but my mom was like, I think this would serve you well. So I
mhm.
auditioned and put it out of my mind. And that summer of freshman year, we were living in Big Bear, California.
Beautiful.
I was taking summer school for my driver's permit, which my
Yep.
child is now doing, and that
Ooh,
is yes, it's
yep,
Waymo can't develop fast enough if you
yep.
know what that is. The
I
self-driving
do.
cars.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, so like life was bubbling and changing, and the weird thing about the Big Bear public school system at that point, which I've never really heard of anywhere else, but they were on what was called a year-round schedule where there wasn't a big summer break.
Oh
Like
God.
like vacation time was spread out because I think of the winter season was such a big deal in a mountain
Oh,
resort town. We would
okay.
have like 4 to 6 weeks off in winter as well, and then
Oh,
like
okay.
only 4 to 5 in the summer and a bigger spring break. And so I remember coming home and my mom had like a big envelope and she
Mhm.
said, "This is the response from Loxa from your audition." And I opened it and I had been accepted, which was very an exciting thing and with time and perspective, very significant for my life.
Mhm.
In the moment, my mom was like, "So you have a choice to make. If you choose to go to Loxa, it's going to be really tricky. You're going to have to like commute with your father." My dad was a contractor and worked in
Okay.
Los Angeles. So he'd drive down early Monday morning, work all week, and drive back up to Big Bear on the weekends. So she's
Okay.
like, you'd have to do that with him to go to school because it's in Los Angeles. And if you choose not to, Big Bear High School, your sophomore year, starts next week. Like you're back to school on Monday. If you
Okay.
choose to go to Loxa, you have a whole additional month off. And I think before she finished that sentence, I was like, I want to go to Loxa.
I just want 3 more weeks off. And you're like, I have no idea what the implications of this are.
Yes.
I love that
It
so much.
altered it, and Sam, it literally thrusted me in a
Yeah.
different, like the sliding doors moment of
My
what
God.
is Big Bear High School graduate Taran versus what it like the biggest fork in the road, like it and made so impulsively, so
So
immaturely.
impulsively. I love Was your mom like, "Are you just choosing this so that you don't have to go to school for 3 weeks?" And you were
I
like, Correct."
She was certainly hip to it. She definitely could like see, but because she also was
She
nurturing and
knew.
encouraging of that, she's like, we'll let him have this like little victory because I think in the
Right.
long run it'll really help him where I think he could, you know.
Right.
could achieve, which has worked out fortunately. But
Yeah.
I constantly think of just dumb little 15-year-old Taryn going like, I don't want to go back to school yet, and it completely changing my life.
That is that's just a beautiful it's just a beautiful confluence of like talent and luck and your mom's foresight and just like a greedy snatching of a little more vacation, just like
Totally,
oh, like
totally.
your higher self kind of just like making the right decision despite you.
Correct. I'm so lucky that I was so petulant.
Did your mom like what kind of kid were you that your mom would have seen? Because you were
Mhm.
like performing or just like kind of
Yes.
trying, but what did that look like?
I think I was always sort of like a decent singer. Like I had a decent
Okay.
ear for holding a tune.
Mm-hmm.
And music is very important to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
She herself is a musician, and she came from a showbiz family. Her uncle was Robert Stack.
Okay.
So like, she was two
She's
degrees away from that sort of Hollywood, what it
right.
takes to make it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at a pretty young age took me and two of my siblings into like a commercial agent when we were
Okay.
like when I was like 5 or 6 years old, like little.
Mm-hmm.
And even in those settings of like going into a room with a bunch of corporate like marketing people and being like, I love milkshakes. And
Sure.
so I think it was that. I think she just saw that there is certainly a natural performative, even showboaty energy to me, certainly.
Right. Right. And did you when you got like your first week of high school, were you like, oh god damn it? Or were you like, this is actually I like this?
It was more the latter. It was more exciting. It was certainly overwhelming. Like it was a little scary. It was like it's like I'd left for college three
Yeah.
years early is what the high school's literally on a college campus. It's on the campus of
Okay.
Cal State LA.
Okay.
Um, and Big Bear is a small mountain town, and it's safe and it's
Mm-hmm.
idyllic in terms of like it's seasonal and you play outside and you're on your bike and everybody knows it and your parents know your teacher's first name.
Right.
But it's also quite cut off. It was very, and I think still is very conservative. And so showing up to get my school schedule at the Loxa front office and seeing, a 16-year-old male student in a dress
Mm-hmm.
that feeling so foreign and so alien and so like, oh boy, what have I signed up for? And then getting to know Daniel and learning almost immediately they're one of the funniest, loveliest, most creative people in the
Right.
world. That is probably more than anything what I am most grateful for from that decision is my exposure to a bigger world, to a more diverse world, to a deeper understanding of human existence. And
Right.
I came in so ignorant and so afraid and so and still haven't haven't figured it out, but that gave me a real head start, I feel.
That's amazing. That's a
Yeah.
great story. It's wild when you like
Thanks.
your
Yeah.
head just like everything opens, like everything
Yes.
goes. It's so like risky and fun and cool and like
Yes.
what a wild experience
At a
to just
time at that age too,
yeah,
where I wasn't so fully set in my ways of
right.
what things should be, what is normal,
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. I'm so truly grateful. And
Yes.
Loxa is such a special school and remains a special place, and they're doing very well. They've continued to grow, but
Great.
the quality of study for like your focus for theater, for music, for it's like it literally is a conservatory level education, but it's more the safe place for someone who might feel like an outcast or different
Sure.
than, or it's where you go to thrive.
Right.
And that was truly an honor to be around as just a dumb 15-year-old who wanted less school.
Right. Did you consume what did you consume like artistically at that? Well, if you had a lot of exposure to like music and that world.
Yeah.
So what were your leanings? Like what did you love?
I've always loved a big blockbuster. I've always loved a
Okay.
summer tentpole movie event.
Mm-hmm.
So the superhero movies, the Steven Spielberg movies, Star Wars,
Right.
important to
Yeah.
me. And because and what that came from, which was like now I kind of, not that I'm dismissive of it, but I like to think my tastes and sensibilities have become slightly more refined.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, what was so important about those kinds of events is the gathering of it. Like we're talking about Wicked, like to bring anything that brings people together in those kinds of numbers to have a shared experience
Right.
always felt special to me. Always felt significant. And to like the weekend that Batman came out and you go back to school and you're like, did you see it? Did you see it?
Right.
That was the way that I would like bond socially. That was the way I built my sort of my friend circle. But it was also the artistry of it, of making something so fantastical,
Mm-hmm.
so to me, what felt magical, feel more real, feel like, no, this is really happening. That's always been a big motivator for me professionally.
Right. I love that feeling of being lost in something. I think it's
Yes.
like a little more rare now
Yeah,
that you can see something but really give yourself over to it.
I think you're right. Part of that is just attention span, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's everything's becoming so fractured. Everything, like you can find exactly what you want
Hmm.
right in
Hmm.
front of you right now.
Yes. And you can watch it as many times, cut up in as many, like the way that my husband and I grew up is different, but we were like those big tent poles, like the Star Wars, like Indiana Jones is like
Yeah.
mythical in our brains. So we exposed our kids to a lot of movies, like really, really challenging movies, because we just gave up on like just watching kid stuff. We were like, I'm sorry, we're watching The Wire. You're
Yes.
welcome to watch it with us.
Cool.
Because I don't know what to say. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't watch Frozen again. We're watching The Wire. If you'd like to
Yes.
join in, you are more than welcome.
Cool.
Things that were so scary to me
Hmm.
that we would let them watch are not scary to them at all, because they can
Because
watch
of
it like
the
whenever
early
they want.
exposure of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the knowing, like kind of like the movie making, like a little bit of just kind of like
Behind
how
the
it works,
scenes
like
of it. Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
can rewind a movie and watch it, like
Yeah.
watch the scene where the shark comes, like swallows Quint.
Totally.
You can watch it like 40
Look
times,
at
and
this
then it's
insert, Mom. They clearly
you're
used
like,
the shark here, and then I wonder if they were shooting on a split day.
I feel like that was an overnight shoot. That seems really like everybody seems pretty tired.
That's a
Like
tough shot. They definitely
that's
went into
tough.
golden hour.
This is supposed to seem continuous, but I see the cut point.
Yeah.
I see the cut point. There it is. Got it.
It's great when the technical limitations lead itself to something creatively more fulfilling, don't you think? Can I have cereal?
Do we have orange juice? um, do you see like when you observe what your kids are consuming? Is it weird for you? Do you like it? Or are you like, oh, this is so different. I can't bend my brain around it.
No, my kids are pretty hip, and my
Yeah.
teenager, she's like growing up, and so she's
Okay.
like, let's watch Downton Abbey. Like she's really
Oh,
cool.
that's
She's
cool.
Yeah, she's super cool. Both my kids are cool, and my younger
Yeah.
one actually doesn't love watching stuff, which I'm
Yeah.
proud of. Like
Right.
like it's really really cool. She's like, I'm gonna go draw.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yes. I know. She's an
That's-
alien. There's certainly like at a younger age, yeah, the repeat watching of Frozen. We have had those phases, and like thank goodness for things like Bluey, where
Right.
the creators became a little hipper, a little sharper.
Right.
Even though my girls have kind of aged out of that now.
Do they watch your stuff? Do they
Never.
watch the stuff that you and your
Never.
wife have created?
And
Never.
Shay, my oldest, she's she's in 10th grade, and a lot of her friends watch SNL now.
Right.
And so she's like becoming a fan, which is really cool. And I got to take her to the show last season
Fun.
when Jason Momoa hosted. That is cool. That's fun. But I the ego is fragile. So she'll be like, I was watching old SNL sketches, and I was like, what does old mean? And did you
What
see
do you
anything
mean?
you like? Anything familiar? How old, and what do you? And old to her is literally like 3 years ago or something.
Right.
like I think
God.
I think it was Sarah Sherman's first season.
Oh.
Which is cool, which is totally fine. Shay, interestingly enough, like in her education, we're finding that her rebellion, because she's a great kid, really good kid, her rebellion is against art, not art all the way, but certainly showbiz, where we're starting to have college conversations. And she's like, I think I'm gonna major in business. And our suspicion is that she sees her parents like feast or famine, job to job, waiting by the phone, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go for a little more corporate security. I think I want it in writing.
Very familiar. Our kids are the same way. They look at the
Hilarious.
people that are always like, do you want to do what your parents do? And our kids are like, what? These
Yeah.
seem miserable.
Yeah. No, I want to be happy.
No, I'd rather. What do you mean? They're just always loafing around the house all day, going like, "What should we do today? Should we go see a movie in the afternoon?"
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"No, not not interested."
Who wants to go to 11:30 a.m. screening of The Heretic?
Oh my God, I would 100% do that.
That's literally my joy. That's my joy. No, and so like, yeah, Shay is just like, I just want structure. I want structure and security. I want a plan, and I want to plan.
Know what my job is.
Yes, which I
From
respect.
start to finish. Yeah, I get it.
Same, kid.
Do you think will you work with your wife again? Do you keep like church and state separate, or do you seek projects together, or just sort of like whatever happens?
We're not a developing couple, so to speak, but we don't have like a hard fast rule of, we're fluid in our our professional marriage.
Yeah.
We love each other. We love being around each other, and they think that there's a very genuine respect for each other's talent. I don't think we'll ever try to like rein each other into something that wouldn't work for us creatively or professionally.
When you were at the performing arts high school, did you know that you wanted to do comedy? Like, did you?
No.
You were like, what kind of performer did you want to be?
Yeah, I think I was split between I loved musical theater, and I loved that. I loved that style of performance. I love that storytelling, and the connectivity of emotion to music has always been important to me. But I was also like, I think I could be on Dawson's Creek. You know what I mean? Like, I think I could be like at that time WB actor. You know, and that was a lot of the stuff I was auditioning for. So and always loved comedy. Always like was in adoration of it and studied it and obsessed with it. For whatever reason, like the idea of doing it professionally as a career, it wasn't on the radar until this random audition for Mad TV came up, and they're like, they're seeing a bunch of people. I don't know. You're funny. Like my managers were like, you're always funny when you visit the office. When you come in and ask and are begging for an audition or job, like for us to do something, it makes us laugh.
Right.
When you're really earnest about your career in a desperate place, it's so hilarious to us.
So funny.
Do you want to audition for sketch comedy?
When you're at your most serious and you really are trying to smolder on camera, it is hilarious. It looks so off.
Correct.
And the more you try, the funnier it gets.
Yeah. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. Again, like that wasn't even as much of a choice. Like that was, you know,
the
beggars
universe.
Can't be choosers. Like full beggar.
Oh
like,
my God.
Anything that pays. Yes. Anything.
But like Mad TV is legendary.
Yeah. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was I mean, you said the universe. It was definitely like only in hindsight that I see like, oh, I do love this, and
Mhm.
now I need to learn how to do it. Now I need to
Okay.
study. And so I did like half a season of Mad TV, and everybody, not everybody, but a vast majority of the people that I loved working with there had come from the Groundlings.
Right.
So after Mad TV, I started taking classes at Groundlings going,
Right.
maybe
I
maybe I
gotta
maybe I could, maybe comedy is an option, and that
right.
turned out to be very true.
Do you still have like from doing I did sketch comedy in Toronto as an adult too, and I still have one single bin with my wigs in it. One
Awesome.
single tickle trunk. Do you
Mine
keep?
is my father's toy chest. It's this big,
Oh,
heavy oak toy chest, and I've got old man
that's cool.
beards and a wizard's
Yes.
robe and
Those
sweet.
items are that's precious.
Yes, those are priceless. Can't replace those.
You can't replace those.
Can't
And what
get
if you
can't
have to
get a
take it on the
wizard's
road
robe just
again?
anywhere. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We have got my wig collection. Come on. These are good. These are
That phone
expensive.
rings, and I don't have my sweeping bangs wig. I'm screwed. It's self-sabotage.
I think that's such a funny story. I feel like very similar that people were like, the more you try to play Lady Macbeth, the
Oh
stupider you
yeah,
look.
yes,
Please
yeah.
don't.
It makes us laugh.
Do you feel like once you figured out what you were kind of like the path you were kind of meant to be on, that everything else sort of opened up too? Like, because you do musical theater and you do all of that.
Yeah, that feels like luck, that feels
Hmm.
like earned luck. Not that it's
Right.
all random, because I've certainly worked very
Yeah,
hard to
of
develop
course.
skill, but it's, as you know, it's just circumstantial of like, is the right thing going to be available? When I got SNL, which then became like after Mad TV,
Hmm.
falling in love with improv and sketch comedy specifically at the Groundlings, and meeting some of my, to this day, favorite people, funniest
Right.
people, best people, the singular focus became SNL for me
Right.
for
Oh, yeah.
close to a decade. And then when that happened, I couldn't believe it. It was so surreal.
Hmm.
And then being in New York, almost immediately I was like, and if there's any musical theater stuff too, I'd love to do that too. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
So you were
that's
just in the place. You're in the right place to
correct.
physically do that. Do
Yeah.
you live bi-coastally? Do you keep a place in New York or anything like?
We don't anymore.
Okay.
We moved back in 2017, and now we're
Okay.
pretty LA based because Kobe's from Vancouver. I'm from
Right.
here. All of our
Right.
extended family is Pacific Standard
West.
Time. We're all West. However, in the last year, I've done shows in New York and DC. I go back end of January to do
Right.
Urinetown at City Center. New York has been very good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for Urinetown.
Yeah,
I
me
think this is
too.
gonna be that's so good. Such a good. I love that show
I
so
love
much.
that show, and the cast is really very strong.
What is
Yeah.
there anything just like theater wise that you've seen recently that you have loved? Because I
Yes.
love going to shows. So tell
Yes.
me.
Did you see Job?
No. No, I didn't. Oh no.
Sam,
Oh,
I will say, like, it was divisive, and I've also
okay.
loved the conversations I've had about it since seeing
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I went and I saw it, and as the show's happening, I'm like, this is maybe one of my favorite pieces of theater I've ever seen. It's just two people on stage. It's
Mm-hmm.
this scene. It takes place in a therapist's office. It's very tense. It's
Okay.
very high stakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliantly acted. It is brilliantly written.
Okay.
And I just loved it. And then it takes this sort of very dark turn in the last 20 minutes of it.
Okay.
The three people I saw it with, we all walked out of the theater going like, I feel like I've been poisoned. Like I feel
Great.
I'm so sick to my stomach. And we talked about it for 2 hours. And I was just like,
That's great.
this is so fascinating. I bought a ticket 2 days later to go back.
That's special.
I've never
That's
done that.
special.
I've never done that for a single Broadway show. And
Okay.
so, yeah, that will stick with me for forever.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, I wrote it down.
Job.
I wrote
Yeah.
it down. Is it still?
It
Wait, I'm gonna
It closed.
I'm
They're
gonna look
doing a
for it
production
though.
in Australia, I believe.
Perfect. Okay.
Is that
Flights.
convenient?
Excuse me. I have to Expedia a flight. It is very special. I do think that like it is such a unique, I don't know, just a live performance
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
I love when you walk out of the theater and you're like, we have to walk because we have to talk about this for
Yes.
an extended period of time. And then we can all go home.
Nothing like it.
Oh, it's magic.
It's the best. What have you seen recently? What was the last one that made an impression for you?
What did I see recently? I really liked it. The Hills of California.
Loved.
Loved it.
Loved.
And that was another one where I just went, I got to talk. We got to walk and talk.
Yes.
And I had been told mixed things going in. And I was like, don't tell me anything. I know I don't want to know anything. I don't want to hear your impressions if I don't want to know anything.
Yes.
So I went in totally blank, and I just was like, every note is perfect in this play.
Yes.
And the music is, the story, it just hit me. It checked every box.
Yes, I agree. The performance, the set, that set is one of the most stunning. Yeah, but
Stunning.
the lead actress, who's shame on me, the name is escaping, her playing both roles, the mother,
yeah.
and like just out of this world.
Unbelievable.
Out of this world. Are you easily swayed? Like I feel like we are similar in our sensibilities. That like if it's someone I trust, I can kind of be swayed before I see something.
Yes.
Are you the same?
That's why I think that's why I actually try to be really vigilant
Yes.
about not knowing too much going in. I
Yeah.
like to have the surprise. I like to have the surprise of the experience. Like I want the whole enchilada.
Yes.
I really do. But then I'll kind of also sometimes look, because, well, I will say this. Theater is so expensive now.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
And I understand the cost. I really do. But when you go, it is an investment. It is like multiple hundreds of dollars
Yes. Yes.
for two people to go to the theater. So I will definitely look at kind of like the team and go, oh, this feels right.
Yep.
Oh, you know what else I saw? I loved Illinois. Did you see Illinois?
I love that album so much. Like that album was significant for me in my early 20s. And I heard it was just beautiful.
Oh my God, it was beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
It really has felt like look, it's not like theater ever went away, but there has been just like a renaissance, I think, like a post-COVID renaissance of great theater. So
Yes.
it's like I'm actually started to sweat a little bit thinking about Illinois because I did not know the album. I went in clean and I walked out going, my life is different. I'm actually different now.
Yeah.
I'm a different person.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
and through
awesome.
dance too. Like that is so special because that's an art form that I can only revere. Like you can't just naturally be a great ballet dancer.
No.
It's such a hard-earned talent, such a hard-earned skill. Like I am just truly like in just pure adoration and wonderment.
Yes.
When through dance you can convey story, emotion. Like it blows my mind.
Yeah, me too. I'm just like, well, I know I can't even remotely do this.
Yes,
so
yeah.
please take me with you. And I'm just like, look at their their micro movements are conveying. I just don't know how they do that. That's magical too. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
That rules.
Well, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, we have to talk about High Potential.
Oh, great.
We have to because it's so good.
Oh, you're the nicest. I'm so glad you like it. I can't believe how much people are liking it. Like, I enjoy working on it. I really like my character. I love Caitlin. I love being on a show where she's the lead because she leads with grace and good instinct and good sensibilities. Right. And it's just truly a great scenario, but that doesn't always lead to a good product,
you know? Right.
And people are loving it, which makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's great. She's great. You're great. It's like, did you know each other before? Did you know each other from the Groundlings?
A little bit. No. So she was slightly before me in the Groundlings process, but we knew each other because our kids went to the same school. They've both moved on to new high schools, but so we knew each other socially, which was nice. And then
that's nice.
In the craziness of strikes and COVIDs and pauses and stuff, we shot the pilot in March of 23
Oh,
and then didn't
wow.
start shooting new episodes until like a full year later after everything had been figured out union health world wise.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so it's also fun that it's finally out in the world because, as you know, the television process is like you do a pilot and then by that
Hmm.
fall, people know that you still work.
Right.
And this was for sure like, I think they're saying that there will be a job. They're saying that our show will air, and so
We
yeah, so
might
that's
have health
union.
insurance. I don't know.
Exactly. I think I clocked enough points.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. And I was just saying
Thanks.
to my producers before I came on that I've never heard of a high potential intellect before. And I was like, well, that says something. I've never heard those words put
Yeah.
together. So
Why
that
haven't
means,
anybody said these words to
gee,
me?
guys should have mentioned that this is something, wouldn't I want to know
I'm
that this
that.
exists?
I'm that. That's so funny. Yeah, because it's
Oh,
based off of a French show, and that was the title, and I had never
oh.
heard those words either. But then, like I don't know if I think it's funny. When I was doing Spelling Bee, Mary Lou
Mhm.
Henner came to the show, and I
Oh,
think she actually has
she
a
has
like
that.
HPI. I think because she can recall every day of her
Yes.
life, and that was so funny.
She
She's like, "You have to
does.
have me on that show. That's my life."
Oh my
Isn't that so
God.
funny? And she said,
That
"What day?
is,
What's your birthday?" And I was like,
uh-huh.
April 1st, 1982. I was
Yeah,
getting out of a taxi in New York. I had just recalled her full day to me. It was a Thursday. You were born on a Thursday. I was getting out of the taxi and I went into, and it blew. I watched
that
it
is
happen.
crazy.
It was amazing. She's amazing.
I have heard her talk about that before. Oh, I didn't realize that that was the exact same thing. It is wild listening to her
Yes.
talk about like what the weather was
Yes.
in 1968. You're like, what are you talking about? How is that
Wow.
you're making this is make 'em ups and they're not. It does feel like a bit of a curse.
Yeah.
I love
Interesting.
it.
It feels like there's a Pixar movie coming for like
Oh,
the person who can recall, if you could recall every day.
perfect
Which one?
recall
Yeah, Perfect Recall, a
of
new
every
Pixar
day.
film is 100% coming.
Oh my God. Amazing. Okay, so tell me about, oh my, we've been talking for so long. It has felt like 2 seconds.
I fully agree. You're the
Oh,
best.
so much fun. Did you, how are you doing in the world? The world's so crazy. Are you just like,
Ahoy.
let me make art? I don't know what else to do.
Um, yeah, make art. I'll be honest, I'm not finding peace in that.
Right.
I feel, I'm gonna be just fully honest. I
Yeah.
feel defeated. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like a loser, like in a new
Great.
way. I
Me
feel like a
too.
full loser. And I'm trying to hug my child, like what, okay,
Right.
what's real, like I don't want to catastrophize, like I'm hearing that word so much and that's very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I also am, as much as I'm grieving, I'm feeling gratitude, and I'm finding the gratitude, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
finding how can I make something a little better right now in front of me.
Right.
My wife's from Canada, and
I know, me too. I'm like,
yeah, I know.
hey guys. I'm like, we did get citizenship for our kids years and years ago. So we're all dual citizens, and I was like, should we get our passports in January? Like, should we just get Canadian passports just for fun, just for funsies, because we don't have them?
Here's a goof.
Here's a goof, guys. Should we go to Brampton for 2 days
Let's
and
go to
get some
Brampton
passport photos
and then see a
taken?
screening of Shawshank Redemption at the Arrow Theater afterwards.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
scary. It is really scary, and
But you
like,
know what it
I don't
is?
know.
Because, like, I do want to clarify, like, I'm leaving this country. Like, I don't feel
Sure.
that. I don't feel that.
No.
And I don't feel that that's helpful. Like, I don't subscribe to that. What
Hmm.
I am feeling now in my life more than ever, and it could be just age too, but it's certainly
Hmm.
the circumstance and climate of the world. I just want to go away. It just, I just want to go like away. Like we go up to Canada and we go to we have a log cabin 3 hours north of
Oh,
Vancouver.
great.
And when I go there, the way my brain and heart is at
Hmm.
peace and the feeling of accomplishment that
Hmm.
I feel waking up in a log cabin knowing I need more firewood today, and going and chopping and making that firewood and seeing the accomplishment of the day and going, today I have earned my existence.
Now I'm hungry.
Now I am
And my
make
hunger
food
is
time.
real. Food time.
Yes.
Belly full.
And the tasks, the daily tasks are so satisfying. So satisfying. I'm in pursuit of that feeling more and more, especially because I'm like, I'm basically 5 years out from being an empty nester. So that's a whole That's a whole thing
Yeah.
too.
Oh, it's like finding purpose is always, I'm like, okay, it's purpose time.
Yes.
What
And
does that mean?
is that going to be my general Zoom with Peacock, or
I just got a bunch of ideas rattling around my head. I just love to put them out into a large Zoom full of people ordering their turkey clubs on the side.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God, this was such a damn pleasure.
Same.
Thank you so much for hopping on and
Thank you more.
making me laugh so much.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
this is
you're
the
joyful.
purpose of today.
This is good. This is.
and-
I'm leaving with a sense of accomplishment from this Zoom. Yes.
Me too. That was Taran Killam, and I had no choice but to look up one thing. He was gushing about how much he loved the movie theater at the White House, and I had to know how long it has been around. Well, turns out Franklin Roosevelt built it in 1942. Oh my God, I so don't even want to think about what the next president plans on watching in there. Ugh, barf. Okay, thanks for joining us. I am Samantha Bee. See you next week for some more choice words. Thank you for listening to Choice Words, which was created by and is hosted by me. The show is produced by Tzvia Baron-Reinstein with editing and additional producing by Josh Richmond. We're distributed by Lemonada Media, and you can find me at RealSamB on X and Instagram. Follow Choice Words wherever you get your podcasts or listen ad-free on Amazon Music with your Prime membership.